back to our channel. Today, we're diving into an important topic for anyone dealing with arthritis. We'll be discussing 9 foods you should avoid to help manage your symptoms better. Living with arthritis can be tough, from the persistent aches to the stiffness that just won't quit. It's a daily struggle that affects millions, and finding ways to manage the symptoms is crucial for a better quality of life. While there's no one-size-fits-all solution, we often overlook the impact of our diet on our joint health. Believe it or not, the foods we consume can either fuel inflammation or help reduce it. That's why we're here to break down the top 9 foods that might be contributing to your arthritis pain. By being mindful of what you eat, you can take proactive steps towards managing your condition and feeling your best. Let's get started. First on our list is a common favorite that might surprise you: sugar. Now, we all deserve a little sweetness in our lives, but when it comes to arthritis, sugar can be a real pain, literally. You see, when we consume too much sugar, it triggers a process in our bodies called inflammation. Inflammation is essentially your body's natural response to injury or infection, but chronic inflammation is where things get messy. For people with arthritis, this means those sugary treats can actually worsen their joint pain and stiffness. It's like adding fuel to the fire. Sugar is sneaky too, hiding in processed foods, sugary drinks, and even sauces. So, being mindful of your sugar intake is crucial. Now, I'm not saying you need to cut out sugar entirely, but moderation is key. Opt for natural sugars found in fruits and limit your intake of processed foods and sugary drinks. Your joints will thank you. Next up, a staple in many diets that could be causing you more harm than good red meat. Now, I'm not saying red meat is all bad, but when it comes to arthritis, it's best to enjoy it in moderation. Here's why. Red meat, especially processed meats like bacon and sausage, are high in saturated fats. And guess what? Saturated fats are known to trigger inflammation in the body. Remember how we talked about inflammation being a major culprit in arthritis pain? Well, consuming too much red meat can exacerbate those symptoms. But don't worry, it's not about completely eliminating red meat from your diet. It's about making healthier choices. Opt for leaner cuts of meat, and try incorporating more plant-based protein sources into your meals like beans, lentils, and tofu. This one often raises eyebrows: dairy. We've been told for years that dairy is essential for strong bones, but for those with arthritis, it can be a double-edged sword. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt contain a type of protein called casein. Now, casein has been linked to inflammation in some people, particularly those with arthritis. This doesn't mean everyone with arthritis needs to ditch dairy entirely. Some people can tolerate it just fine. However, if you notice your arthritis symptoms flaring up after consuming dairy, it might be worth exploring dairy-free alternatives. There are plenty of plant-based milk options available these days, like almond milk, soy milk, and oat milk, which can provide similar nutrients without the potential inflammatory effects. Let's be honest, who doesn't love a crispy fried treat every now and then? But if you're struggling with arthritis, those fried foods might be doing your joints a disservice. The problem with fried foods lies in the way they're cooked. When foods are deep fried, they become laden with trans fats. Trans fats are notorious for increasing inflammation throughout the body, including the joints. This means that indulging in fried chicken, French fries, or donuts could actually worsen your arthritis symptoms. Now, I understand that giving up fried foods completely can be tough. So, start by making small changes. Instead of deep frying, try baking, grilling, or air frying your favorite foods. These cooking methods can provide that crispy texture you crave without the added inflammatory baggage. Let's talk about everyone's favorite social lubricant: alcohol. While a glass of wine with dinner might seem harmless, for people with arthritis, alcohol can have some unwanted side effects. One of the main issues with alcohol is that it can increase inflammation throughout the body. Remember, inflammation is enemy number 1 when it comes to arthritis. Alcohol can also interfere with certain medications commonly prescribed for arthritis, making them less effective. This is because alcohol is metabolized by the liver, and some arthritis medications are also processed in the liver. So, if you're taking medication for your arthritis, it's crucial to talk to your doctor about your alcohol consumption to avoid any potential interactions. Time to tackle a food group that's often misunderstood: carbohydrates. Now, not all carbs are created equal. While complex carbs found in whole grains, fruits, and vegetables are beneficial, refined carbohydrates are the ones we want to be wary of. Refined carbs are found in processed foods like white bread, pasta, and pastries. These carbs have been stripped of their fiber and nutrients, leaving behind a substance that can wreak havoc on our blood sugar levels. When you consume refined carbs, your blood sugar spikes rapidly, leading to a surge in inflammation throughout the body. For people with arthritis, this means those refined carbs can actually trigger flare-ups and worsen joint pain. So next time you're grocery shopping, opt for whole grain bread and pasta, and load up on those fiber-rich fruits and vegetables. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of processed foods. They're convenient, often tasty, and readily available. But for those with arthritis, processed foods can be a recipe for inflammation and increased joint pain. Processed foods are often loaded with unhealthy fats, added sugars, and artificial ingredients. These ingredients contribute to inflammation throughout the body, including the joints. Think of processed foods as the opposite of whole foods. While whole foods nourish our bodies, processed foods tend to do the opposite. They lack the essential nutrients our bodies need and often contain substances that can exacerbate inflammation. So next time you're reaching for a quick snack, opt for whole foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, or seeds. We all love a sprinkle of salt to enhance the flavor of our food, but for people with arthritis, too much salt can be a silent aggravator of their symptoms. When we consume excessive amounts of salt, our bodies retain water. This water retention can lead to bloating, swelling, and increased stiffness, particularly in the joints. For those with arthritis who are already prone to joint pain and stiffness, high salt intake can exacerbate these symptoms. It's like adding fuel to the fire. The good news is that reducing your salt intake is a relatively easy change to make. Start by reading food labels carefully and choosing low-sodium options. Last but not least, let's talk about corn oil, a common cooking oil that might be contributing to your arthritis woes. Now, not all oils are created equal, and corn oil falls into the category of oils we want to be mindful of. Corn oil is high in omega-6 fatty acids. While our bodies need a balance of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, the typical Western diet is already overloaded with omega-6s. When we consume too many omega-6 fatty acids, it can tip the balance and promote inflammation throughout the body, including the joints. For people with arthritis, this means corn oil can potentially worsen their symptoms. The good news is that there are plenty of healthier oil alternatives available. Olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil are all great options that can provide those healthy fats without the inflammatory effects of corn oil. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more health tips. Stay healthy and take care of those joints. Remember, managing arthritis is a journey, and making small changes to your diet can make a big difference in your symptoms. By being mindful of the foods we've discussed today, you can take proactive steps towards reducing inflammation and improving your joint health. As always, it's essential to consult with your doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant dietary changes, especially if you have any underlying health conditions. They can provide personalized guidance and support tailored to your specific needs.